I moved to Dubai when I was quite young, and I have seen many other young people move here and live what I call the Dubai dream, where they have their job which pays them well, they can have a good lifestyle, they are drawn to the city because of all the things it has to offer, all the glitz and all the glamour, etc. But sometimes reality strikes, and it so happens that your relationship may not be everything it was cut out to be, or you may end up in a situation where you have to have a divorce. Now, there's a huge expatriate population in Dubai, which means that people are from different nationalities. People tend to have been married outside the country, so their marriage may have been solemnized outside of the UAE, or for example, one person may have moved away as a result of the separation, etc. So this brings a lot of complexity into divorce cases in the UAE. And until recently, most of the sort of mixed marriage, mixed faith divorces used to happen outside the country. But recently, a few years ago, the law was changed, which means that if I'm a non-Muslim expat, I can either choose to apply the jurisdiction where my marriage was solemnized or where I'm from, or I could apply UAE law and have my divorce under it, and basically end up in a situation where I can move to file a divorce in the UAE courts. So this has been a great move and has simplified and streamlined a lot of processes for non-Muslim expatriates who can file for divorce in the UAE. And then basically you could do it two ways. One is you file a case, have a divorce, file another case for alimony, child custody, all of the other things that need to be resolved from a financial and custody standpoint, and off you go. This could be acrimonious depending on whether it was decided mutually or not. Or the other way is to really come to a settlement, which is really no fault divorce, where you decide, two parties decide that they need to separate and they agree all the terms quite sensibly of their divorce. And this can then be attested in the court, and off you go. You can have a divorce under UAE law. Obviously, for Muslims, there was a waiting period in the event that you did wish to separate. But again, that has also been streamlined, where one of the parties, presumably the wife, who might be under a situation where she is required to file for divorce due to any acts causing her harm, etc., can now move the court as well to file for divorce. And the court does ask you to go for mediation, etc. But there is much more leniency in the way custody, guardianship, and other matters of financial aspects are governed under the new law. So all I'm saying here is that if you did decide to separate, it is a very difficult period for you. It is a very difficult decision to make. But if you are both based in the UAE, then there is a forum you can use quite effectively and quite economically to achieve the divorce that you set out to achieve. And hopefully you can do that without it being too acrimonious and without it being too expensive. So thank you for watching Think Tank. And here's a little bit of an insight into what's been happening in the personal status laws in the UAE and the fact that you can now have your divorce here locally.